Greetings, this is the Technomancer. This is a game by Spiders Studios. It is published by Focus Home Interactive. It is a sci-fi action RPG game. It is set on the colonized Mars. Now here we're going to jump straight into combat here. Combat works in 3 different ways. Here we're on our staff. We can do our basic attack, we can dodge, we can do a pushback attack, and we can do an area spin attack. Now there are 3 different classes in the game, but you do not actually select one when you start the game. You can switch them up here on the fly. So if I switch up to warrior, I can shield bash, I can block with the shield, and I can do a basic attack. The third option is rogue. There's a shielded guy here. I can shoot him. I can also do a stab and a basic attack again. So, we are in Ophir. We have a few different missions to undertake here. Kill the deserters, eliminate Sergeant Boris Ward, investigate the opposition to the regime, and investigate the caravan's disappearance. Now this is just, you get initiated as a Technomancer in the tutorial. You are a cadet when you start the game, you are now a lieutenant. This is the world map, obviously a lot of Mars to discover here. This is the map of the area you're actually in. It's fairly vast here. This is just one small area of the game as well. You've got your journal where you have your quests, what you've done already, what you need to do. Secondary quests, I have no quests at the minute. You have your stats here, which obviously you can see you see there's 4 different classes that all level up separately. The 4th one is Technomancer, which is basically your spells. So you can go through these and see what you've done with each one and see how you're getting on. You got your attribute points here. I don't have any currently to spend. I've got 1 in agility, 1 in power. But as you level up in the game, you will gain points to spend in this tree. Also you got talents. I've got 1 to spend here actually, so we can crafting. We've got crafting level 2. Crafting seems to be pretty important in this game, especially if you're playing on the higher difficulties. You will need better gear pretty quickly. Lets you collect ingredients from dead creatures. Right, let's get that. Right, okay. And here you got your skill tree. So you got the warrior, you got the Technomancer, the guardian, and the rogue. The 4 different classes. The Technomancer is the only one you don't switch in between. That's just used, you can use it when you're any class. Here we got our bags, what we've got at the moment, carrying wires, and our equipment where we can switch things up. So for example, we can unequipped helmet, or we can have protective goggles. So let's switch back into warrior for a moment. Let's have a look around. Let's just jump down here. This is actually on the PC, but I am using a gamepad to play this game. So now we're going to enter the underworks. The loading times are not too bad. Only a few seconds. I've seen a lot worse loading times in games. So we're just gonna travel around here, see what we can. Oh, we got some poisonous jellyfish dudes. Oh dear, don't do that. So if we switch up to rogue, pressing LB slows down time. You can use different items here. You can. That's where you get your Technomancers. You can bind them with the LT. Here we're just going to use a healing potion because we're pretty dead. Right, so if we switch up to rogue, We can shoot this jellyfish from a safe distance to avoid the exploding poison. So we can get through these. So switching the classes on the fly is actually a pretty cool idea. Obviously you're not then segregated to one particular playstyle. Choose at the start of the game, you can just switch it up, use what one you need at that particular moment in time, which is pretty cool. I find the warrior, the staff guy to be the best. I don't really use the mason shield one. We've got tentacles attacking us. Let's just do a health injection here. This is some pretty mean guy right here. Ouch. This appears to be some sort of boss. We're completely out of healing potions, so we got some standard enemies here. You can lock on by pressing down the right stick. That's okay, but it sort of screws you up a little bit if you want to use the Technomancers doing the X button there. It unlit my staff, which is not good. I need that back. There we go. Let's just deal with this guy. Oh dear. So if we hold down LT and press A, we do a lightning strike, which damages him pretty badly. Right, so these guys have been dealt with. We can loot all the enemies. Now you see the drain serum kill there, that will actually decrease your reputation, which is a thing in the game. You have a reputation. If you kill people, then you drop down in reputation. You can become a bad guy. That's not something I want to be doing right now, but we'll just take a look. So we got our loot chests here as well. We're getting different components to do some crafting, which we should be able to have a look at in a little bit. So where does this door go to? We shall see. If I leave, Boris will escape, right? So we don't want to let Boris escape, it seems. So we're gonna head down this way, climb down. Right, if we just take a look at the map, we'll be able to see where we need to go. Eliminate Sergeant Boris Ward. Now that's a crafting station, so just after we fight him, we'll be able to have a look at some crafting. So let's just get through here towards Mr. Boris. Another loot crate, some serum, excellent. You see I've got two guys behind me. They are my companions, my unit. Obviously we're part of a cooperation of Technomancers at the moment. Obviously we don't know where the story is going to take us, but that's how it runs. You got a couple of companions. As you go up, you can have more companions. Interacting with the companions make your relationships better with them, making them work better with you and making them more useful to have around. Obviously the starting companions, they're just sort of there to help you out a little bit, but as you progress you will get better companions and they will help you out a lot more. So we're just going to fight these guys now. Try and deal with them. Dodge, 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 always dodge. But these guys hit hard.
Stop! Let me go. I am not your enemy. All I want is to live in peace. Please, I'm begging you.
He's begging me. Arrest Boris.
Not like this. So I'm gonna take you in. Cooperate, and the military tribunal might just spare your life.
Right. The tribunal knows about as much of mercy as the devil knows of kindness. No. I would rather die a free man.
So we got no. So he's dead.
The captain ordered. Yeah?
Well, I don't think he's actually dead. I think we're now arresting him. That's the thing. You're not actually killing these guys. You're just knocking them out. So we've now arrested him. Kill the deserters. Fail. Oh, now tick. Okay. So that's a bit strange. Report back to Captain Elza. We'll just loot this stuff here. Right, where was that? Crafting bench. I think it is this way.
Guess we're going around.
Alright, the door is locked. So we gotta go around. So how are we gonna get around there? Okay, so let's get back on our travels and see where we end up. So we have made it back to the exchange. This is basically the hub in the game. Here is a crafting station, so just to show you a little bit about crafting. If we go to our staff, I've already done this one. You see you've got 3 points of impact where you can upgrade and level them up. So if we go to, for example, our nail gun, we can have a disruptor upgrade, a damage upgrade, or a critical hit upgrade. And in the bottom left there is what it costs to make it. Electrical debris 1 and metal components. So if we go ahead and assemble that, now our critical hit chance is plus 6% on that particular weapon. You can also do this with all your armor, knees on the worker pants, physical damage reduction by 1%, so we can go ahead and upgrade that. It's a very simple system. There's nothing too intricate about it, but it obviously when you start getting different weapons, different upgrades, then you can start upgrading further. So here's a Ryan Stewart. I'll have a talk to him.
I'm Quartermaster Ryan Stewart, in charge of logistics in this barracks. Equipment problems or improvement, or you need to collect your pay, I'm your man.
Pleasure, Quartermaster.
So here is a quartermaster. We can ask him for work.
Swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the shit hits the fan?
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. Why try to spit shine a turd? And what's it to you anyway? As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the bud now, before they start to hit our warehouses and personnel too. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nest than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby trap the tunnels and catch the rats while they roam. Your call.
Also, the quartermaster there has given us a mission. Obtained, give the traps to Ryan Stewart, so we actually need to go back to him. But so in the hub world, obviously you've got many different, you've got your rest place, you got your team set up, your workbench, all your missions, salesmen's, the lot in here. So this is pretty much where you're going to be buying, upgrading gear, getting missions, and then you'll set out into the world map to take them on. So that was just a quick look at the Technomancer. I think it's a pretty cool game. It's obviously it's not the best graphics wise, it's okay. Obviously this is on the PC. I think it's running at around medium settings ish, just so I can record it without too much drops. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I would suggest maybe waiting for a Steam sale, something like that, to pick it up. Obviously not sure about the length yet, but I've played 2 or 3 hours already, and I've only just seemed to be getting started, so it's going to be quite a decent length. Obviously RPGs are normally a decent length, but yeah, if you like what you see, go check it out. Subscribe if you want to, obviously, for more videos on gaming and other general shit. And yeah, if you have the time, please share the video. It would be great help. And until next time, folks, I will see you later.